You know what time it is. Time it is. Time it is. Time it is.
Trolling with women on Twitter and all that, and then I made a comment on that. Well, I did something just like some eyes looking, like I see you. Okay, so now you on a blog with your new wife, y'all walking in New York. You still married to me, and still having sex with me.
Ooh.
Then all of a sudden now you're filing for divorce. You still was having sex with me after that. Okay, so now I'm thinking that at some point it clicked. Not too long after the filing, I'm like, okay, so this person is in a place where they feel like they want to do what they want to do. They file for divorce. Why would I fight for something for you? You're not being right towards me in your actions.
We have watched and listened from the mountains. We have watched with disgust.
Listen, I don't know what to say. First and foremost, welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. We're talking to you guys about Mike Epps' ex-wife exposing herself and Mike Epps. Because, listen, this doesn't look on anybody, okay? Talking about their relationship, the end of their marriage and their divorce and how things went out of pocket. And I'm a little bit like, whoa. But we are here, so let's talk a little bit about how relationships, when they fall apart, let's look at how we should be talking about them, because sometimes we be exposing ourselves thinking we're exposing someone else when really the dirt's on both of us. None of us look good in this situation. But we'll discuss a little bit more in the next few minutes. Guys, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, like it, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the what uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is. You got the minerals, you got the minerals. Stay hydrated. Why? Because the streets out there, they're hot. Okay, let's get into the video. I'll play the clip again and we'll kind of run through it and just have a little bit of a conversation around it. You know what I mean? But you know, it's kind of mad. It's kind of mad right now.
Okay, so now you're trolling with women on Twitter and all that, and then I made a comment on that. Well, I did something just like some eyes looking, like I see you. Okay, so now you on a blog with your new wife, y'all walking in New York. You still married to me.
Is that even allowed? First and foremost, like, yo, it's not legal. Or does she mean that, you know, that is his now wife? So at the time he wasn't married to her. Because surely if that's his wife and you still together, then you guys were still kind of married, then you hadn't finished the marriage, that would be, okay, maybe I'm not kind of missing out important information. Either way, it's not looking good, right?
And still having sex with me.
Ooh.
Hold on a minute. So girl, if you have seen that he's with this girl and he's with this new woman, why are we still having sex? Why are we still allowing ourselves to be dipped in and dipped out? Why are we still allowing ourselves to be a part of this madness, right?
Then all of a sudden now you're filing for divorce. You still was having sex with me after that.
Or does she mean in the sense of the fact that he was cheating and she was doing this stuff and she didn't know and he was having sex with her and then still moving to the new girl? Maybe that's what she means, right? But this situation is really peak right now. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so now I'm thinking that at some point it clicked. Not too long after the filing, I'm like, okay, so this person is in a place where they feel like they want to do what they want to do. They file for divorce. Why would I fight for something for you? You're not being right towards me in your actions.
Okay, so I always say this, listen, we shouldn't be fighting for struggle love. We shouldn't fight for things that don't need fighting for. Some things just need to die, okay? Some things just don't need to be brought and resurrected, right? Because where people are at, where people are going, or the direction they're trying to flow in, it doesn't suit any of the parties involved. What I would say in this particular situation is, you know, it's never a pretty thing when you get divorced or when you're in the process of divorce and people are moving mad. This is why I said to people, please, like if you're in a marriage and you're divorcing, don't just exit and enter into a new relationship until the divorce is done. Like you're causing yourself more issues and more harm. And until the divorce is closed, you actually still need time to heal. Some of you may have left the relationship, but you were still in the marriage, part of you, and you were still hoping that it could work out. And you haven't fully emotionally registered what has happened to you. A divorce is not simple. That's what the Bible says, you know, like two becoming one. And I'm tearing two becoming one. It's spiritual. So it's not a simple case of, oh, we are in the process of divorce now, I'm going to move on. Am I saying it's that easy? No. I understand things happen. People get to conversate. People get to talking. It's a bit like a breakup. You know, you start talking to someone new, etc., etc. But you want to take your time, right? So with this Mike Epps situation, you know, I want to just play it a little bit more from the beginning again. Hopefully, I'll get it on the third time I've listened to this.
Okay, so now you're trolling with women on Twitter and all that, and then I made a comment on that. Well, I did something just like some eyes looking like I see you. Okay, so now you on a blog with your new wife. Y'all walking in New York. You still married to me, and then
oh no, yep, she was still. Okay, so he was still married to her whilst he was strolling on the boardwalks with the new wife. Okay, this is problematic. Yeah, I love the way my glasses look in this. It's problematic. There's an issue here. We've got trouble. And I can, you know what? I'm not going to guarantee anything. You can probably bet that the Mike Epps and this new girl probably don't last that long, right? Because whenever you start with these foundations, they are problematic. You cannot be building high-rise buildings, empires on top of shaky foundations. You must dig deep. There must be deep foundations, so that when the wind blows, the building's able to stand firm and still. You know, the foundations, or, you know, I think it might be Japan, I think, that have it. Basically, the way their buildings are built, they sway. So when earthquakes happen, they actually move, but it's to move along with it, so it doesn't fall down and break. It's made to be durable, and that is how relationships have to be. Can't be building this stuff on shaky, weak foundations because sex is good, because your body looking sexy and your buttocks is looking perky, your breasts are looking tantalizing. We can't be building foundations based on that physical aspect. There must be foundations based and rooted in emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, financial aspects. We need to be thinking the same way. What's our goals? What's our ambitions? What's our mental state? Where's our where are we heading to? What's our vision? What do we have for ourselves going forward? What do we want to see? Right? These should be discussed in lengthy aspects. Not only discussed, but there should be an understanding that we come to. I'm not saying relationships are easy, by the way, again, I want to put it out there. Relationships are not easy. They are hard. But you don't want to make it any harder by starting with a poor foundation. You guys know I say this every single time. Poor foundation. So let's watch and see. Let's see what happens with the situation with Mike Epps and this new girl. Right? Let's see what happens there, right? People need to start lifting up their head and start saying, just because you're in Hollywood does not mean you have to choose trash relationships. Does not mean you have to choose trash beginnings. Does not mean you have to stay in trash environments. Listen, let's start trying to build firm foundations. You ain't got to rush. Build the foundation, build a format, build a place where you can actually grow together. Let's do that. You know what I mean? Let me listen to it a little bit more.
And still having sex with me.
Ooh.
Then all of a sudden now you're filing for divorce. You still was having sex with me after that. Okay.
Okay, wait. So after he filed for divorce, he's still having sex, and before he filed for divorce, he's still having sex with you. Chick, then we're all in this together. You know, we're all in this madness together. This mad heat.
Okay. So now I'm thinking that at some point it clicked. Not too long after the filing, I'm like, okay, so this person is in a place where they feel like they want to do what they want to do. They file for divorce. Why would I fight for something for you? You're not being right towards me in your actions. Okay.
I'm confused as to what she means by you're not being right to me in your actions. Because I get it, he's moving mad with the other girl. I don't know if she actually knew the other girl. I think he did kind of know he was doing the other girl, right? So if that's the case, then what did you expect? If you didn't know the girl existed, this is why we got to be really intentional sometimes when we come to another place where we're about to divorce. Maybe ask that question as to why we're having sex. If you were on heat and you gave it up because you were on heat too and you thought it would be a safe heat to give up, you might have wanted to discuss this. You know, we've got to take accountability for why we're in situations and not just throw it on the other person. I'm not saying he's innocent by any means. He is playing the game. And he's been an idiot, right? And he's being someone who just wants to have his cake and eat it. But why you got to give him the cake to eat? Don't give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Don't give it to him, ladies and gentlemen. Please build your relationships on firm foundations. I know I can stand assured. Jesus, you're my firm foundation. I put my hope in your holy word. I put my hope in your holy word. Yes, guys, that's it. And this is what we're going to say to end it off.
We will not have it. I said we will